and Mr. Adan Valadez behind some of the biggest projects that you may not have realized. Again, like the Mary Roads
That's big.
pipeline, huge.
We're using it today.
Yeah.
We're maxing it out, or trying to, yeah. So we've got some interesting things. I always say that, I feel like, but I
Well, the
find,
weather's interesting
to me
too.
it is,
Yes.
yeah. And I like to find the
And
little,
to everybody also, weather drives so
Yeah.
many decisions.
even though it's going to be super quiet all week, there's still plenty to talk about. I love it.
Yes, there
Love
is.
that. We'll start with the regional look, the Texas view of the satellite and radar, and there's a little strand of showers working toward, Del Rio, Eagle Pass, out west of San Antonio. This is the little rain chance that may be with us tomorrow. We'll get to that in a sec, but first, little spin in the western Gulf. There's no convection around this, no thunderstorm activity, and the winds are maybe 10 to 20 miles per hour, but there's an area of low pressure there, and that's going to drift to the south and west toward the Bay of Campeche over the course of the week. By the end of the week, it loses its counterclockwise characteristics. I don't see this as being a problem, but remember last week we were talking about that stationary front that was going to be in the Gulf. Sometimes you can get little spin-ups on that. Little hiccup there, but I don't see that, becoming anything threatening to us. The rain that's out in West Texas right now is being spurred by energy aloft over New Mexico, and that works over us tomorrow, which is why there is that little chance for a very isolated shower. So if that does pop up, this is why. This feature then moves into the northern Gulf Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's going to hang out there all second half of the week. It's going to try to work back toward Texas, but we'll see some high pressure move in, and that high should be enough to keep this upper level disturbance to the east of us. So there is some play here between these two systems heading into the weekend, and as all that's happening, we're going to start to warm up. So it's going to get more humid. Things are going to be warmer, and not seeing really anything coming our way in terms of cooler temperatures. This is through almost the middle of October, and things are they're looking like they're going to be warmer rather than cooler for the time of year. We're also going to see the humidity levels come up significantly. So by Saturday, Sunday, remember we're talking about the dew point right now being in the low 60s, nicer feeling. By the weekend, it's going to be about 10 higher, so you're going to feel that, especially overnight. We'll say bye to the 60s overnight and replace them with the middle and lower 70s as we head toward the weekend. So, stays warm, and overnight lows get a little stuffier as that humidity builds back into the region. We've got two named storms within close proximity to one another in the western Atlantic, Imelda and Umberto, and both of these missed the U.S. That's great news. Imelda's going to get pulled out to sea by Umberto, but then there's going to be some play between these two features. Look how the European model handles them. Imelda, Umberto pulling Imelda out, but then they get tangled up with one another. It's plausible they merge together by the end of the week and into the weekend. No real threat to us again, but interesting to see that happening out in the Atlantic. Tonight, 68, mainly clear and mild. Winds will be variable southeast to northwest at about 5 miles per hour, turning east to northeast tomorrow. 91, humidity levels remain in check. We'll be on the low end of humid on the muggy meter there, and that east to northeast breeze, 6 to 12 miles per hour. If you're going out on the water, just some light chop. 5 to 15 knot northeasterly breeze, waves coming in at 1 to 2 feet at a 6-second period. And again, aside from a little chance for an isolated shower tomorrow, things looking mainly sunny, highs in the low 90s or upper 80s, which is above the average for the time of year. And overnight lows coming up just a touch with more humidity building in to the weekend. More 3 News at 5 after this.